My name is Debbie. Welcome to Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. I like to watch videos of other people doing junk journals and ephemera and stuff, and I always get inspired. So I decided to combine a couple of things that inspired me and then kind of put my own little, well, it's not even my own little spin, it's just a different paper really. And I was using some papers that G. Kerr from Happiness and Crafting had put on her Facebook group as Friday freebies for the last couple of weeks. And I made these, or I had these leftover pieces. So I wanted to do something with them. And then I was watching Amanda Charlesworth from Scrimping Mummy. I think it's Crafting with Scrimping Mummy, but look up Scrimping Mummy and you'll find it. And she had a video on how to make these cute little booklets. And she made them two different ways. One is with a string here, and one is with a hair elastic actually. And there's just cute little booklets. And I think they would be great to just tuck into a journal anywhere and use like that. So I thought that this might be a good addition for our inspired junk journals. So I decided to make some booklet covers that would match our kit. I love these blues, but I wanted something that would match our kits. So I just made some booklet covers with some collages and labels, and there's 3 circles here just because I had a little extra room. So I'm going to just show you how to put one of these together. Super simple, easy, and I think they look fabulous. And I think they'd be, you know, a great addition to pretty much any journal. Or, you know, you could just have a little booklet, tuck it into a card, and send it off to somebody with, you know, you could write a few things in, write a couple of recipes or some sentiments or, you know, whatever you want to write in there, and send it off, or send it off blank and let them use it as a little notebook, whichever way you wanted to do it. So here's one of the booklet covers. All of them are similar but different. There's one that goes landscape, there's 2 that go portrait, and the collages are slightly different and placements are different, and just to give a little bit of variety. But so there's my cover. And the cover, the ones that I'm making, I decided to do, Amanda had slightly different sizes. I wanted to take a piece of this is coffee dyed cardstock, and I wanted to use exactly half of it so I could, you know, do it without wasting anything. Hers were 4 by 6, I believe. So mine are going to be more like 4 1/4 by 5.5, I think. Roughly. Once your paper's coffee dyed, I think it shrinks a little bit sometimes, but so I just fold it in half on my cutting board instead of scoring it, and that way if it's a little bit off, it'll still fold exactly in half. So I'm just going to fold this in half a couple of times either way, just so that it has a nice crisp fold there, and then it's easier to tear. You can cut this as well once you have your marking, and you can put one aside to make another booklet, and we're just going to do one today. So again, I put it on my scoreboard, fold it to the edge, line everything up, and crease. So then I got it exact half. Then you can ink the edges. I won't take time to ink everything right now. I'll just ink the front here, because I can easily ink that afterwards. I'll just put a tiny bit of ink on here. I digitally ink most of my images, but once you cut them out, there's just a tiny bit of sliver of white, so I like to cover that up. And then actually I need to put this back on my scoring board. And if you open it up, line your center crease on one of the lines that you can see, and then make another line 1/2 inch. So in my case, this is at 4 1/4, and I make another line at 4 3/4. if that's hard math, depending on where yours lies, just put that crease on a number like 6 and then score it 6.5. You always want that just half an inch away. And just give that a fold and just a little bit of ink. And that's basically our cover. Then we need some pages. So I'm going to do the same thing with my pages. These are coffee dyed copy paper, whereas this is coffee dyed cardstock. Pardon me, I'm struggling with a bit of a sore throat today. I'm not sure. There's a lot of smoke in our area from wildfires. I'm not sure if it's that or if something's trying to make me sick. But so just tear that in half and then cut that in half, and that gives us 4 pages. The other one I just used 5 pages. I think that's what Amanda had used as well. So if I use 3 pieces of coffee dyed paper, I can make 2 booklets. And I can make 2 booklets from 1 piece of cardstock as well, the 2 covers. So 3 pieces of coffee dyed paper and 1 piece of coffee dyed cardstock can make you 2 booklets. And my printable is I put 3 covers on the page, but of course you can use anything. This was G's Happiness in Crafting freebies, so use whatever. They all look good. So then I just stack my papers together like this. It looks like this one is a little bit bigger in the center, so I'm just going to trim that off. Different paper probably. And then I'm going to put it in here and just make sure that it fits well, that it doesn't stick out, which mine is fine. And then just put a paper clip or a bulldog clip or something on either side like this. And then when I made my first one, I wanted to use the hair elastic, but I put my holes 3/4 of an inch on from the edges on both sides, and my hair elastic was too tight. So I ended up just putting a cord on there, which is fine. So for this one, the size of my, maybe hair elastics are different, but for the size of mine, I did 1 1/4 inch from the edge for each of these, and then that worked out better. This is a 2-inch paper clip in the middle. I'm going to show you how to do that right away. So first of all, just put your measure along your spine and put a mark 1 1/4 inches. I just put it centered in this spine area here, and here 1 1/4 inches. So you have your 2 dots, 1 1/4 inches from this edge, and just in the center between those two inch lines. And then I take my crocodile. You can use just a regular hole punch, that's fine too. And I'm using the large hole on my crocodile, and I'm just punching where I have those 2 circles, just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then just take your hair elastic and put it onto the paper clip like this. So that it's on the bottom like that. And then from the back, so the back doesn't have the extra inked line there, feed that onto no, I actually want it from the front. From the front, you feed it to the back, because I want my paper clip on the front. And then I'm going to feed it through the other side. This is a different hair elastic than I used the first time, so I hope this one is going to be not too tight. These are a little tighter. So I think you have to kind of experiment with your hair elastics to see which one will work the best. And then when you get it out the other side, you put it, you may have to bend your booklet a little bit, but you put it back on your paper clip like that. And then I just kind of center my paper clip there. It's snug, I wouldn't want it any tighter than that, but that will work. So that one is okay. But maybe do a little bit of experimenting, or you can always move your holes in a little bit more. I think when I make my next one, if I use the same hair elastics, I'll maybe go in 1.5 inches, which is fine as well. You could round the corners of your booklet if you wanted to. And then this page, I see that I have, I made this according to this. No, I didn't. Okay, so these are slightly too big for here. So I'm going to adjust my printable before I put it up. But for my purposes, I'm just going to trim it. Here, this is why I make samples before I put them in my shop. So I think I need about 1/4 inch taken off of there. That side, and probably 1/4 inch off the top or the bottom as well. Yeah. Probably even less than that. Not sure what I did because I measured those other ones, but I think sometimes my printer doesn't print. I think it maybe just didn't print at 100%. I think that might have been the problem. I might have forgot to press the 100% because it should have fit exactly because I had measured it. But there it's I mean, if it doesn't fit, you just trim it a little bit and that's fine. So then it fits perfectly. I'll just put the cover on here. I always put, for covers and that sort of thing, I always do a little bit with my ATG gun, and then I put a couple of dots of glue around just to make sure the corners don't come up or whatever. And there. And then on this one, Amanda just put a piece of book page around the paperclip, which looked really good too. This one I had a little bit of a strip left over, so I added that. Here's my little offcuts from different things that we've made in the Inspired Junk Journals. I thought I could just use something. Do I even want... I could even just do a red. Bring a little bit more red in here. So I'm just going to put this around the paper clip and fold it over. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there just to hold this end in. That. Just hold it for a second here. And then because this is not, I did this on the last one too, this is not as long as the paper clip, which if you had a scrap that was longer, it would work perfectly. With this one, I just sort of wind around and around until I get most of the paper clip covered. That works as well. And then when you're happy with it, you probably want to glue at the back. This part is a little fiddly, and if you don't want to cover your paper clip, you don't have to cover your paper clip. I think it looks good without covering it as well. So I'll just hold that for a second. And flip that over, and then you have a cute little booklet with your paper clip covered there. You could even hang a little bit of a charm off of there. You could use your number letter stamps. I have these letter stamps from Contact Canada, which I use all the time. I love them. They just snap together like this. I have a couple of videos showing how to use those if you're interested in those. But just, you know, you form words and give it a little stamp there. Pardon me. So there we have a cute little booklet. and it will fit perfectly into a pocket in the journal and match whatever you're going to do. So if you're interested and you're part of the Inspired Junk Journal group, head over there and grab the printable, and or just use your own papers, and head over to Scrimping Mummy with Amanda Charlesworth as well. She's got a fabulous channel, and she's always doing some really neat projects. So go over there and look at this video. I'll link it below, and watch her video on how she makes it. She's really fun to watch as well, and her laugh is just out of this world. You have to watch her video just to listen to her laugh. It's just so precious. Anyways, yeah, go over and give her some love and check out her tutorial, and subscribe to her channel if you want to learn more little things like this. She's always got neat little projects. And I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel as well. I like doing quick little videos. I like doing little projects. Sometimes I do bigger projects as well. A lot of my stuff is faith-based, so if that interests you, I would really appreciate if you left me a comment, give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, friends.